died. I'm not gonna say who did it. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not making accusations. But he died in a training exercise while working for the Los Angeles Police Department. Well, in a twist, during this wrongful death lawsuit filed by the family, the officer was part of was a whistleblower on a gang rape case involving the Los Angeles Police Department.
Oh, wow. So
apparently, some police officers got to dilly-dallying where they didn't belong. And they didn't gang rape. They didn't run a train. Apparently, allegedly, according to the officer in the complaint that he whistleblowed on, they did some indecent things with these ladies. And he was a whistleblower, and the man ended up dead in a training exercise. This is what's going on. These motherfuckers ran a train, and she didn't want it. And he ended up dead. And the reason why I bring that up is, if you guys follow my YouTube show, about a year and a half ago, I interviewed a woman named Jayla, the self-esteem queen. And she's dope. Jayla's dope as hell. She has something called Operation SEQ, where she teaches emotional intelligence to children, but she also saves victims of human trafficking. She's one of those black women out there here, born and raised in Compton, out here in LA, that does the work. She's rescued hundreds of women from being human trafficked. Well, she got into that because she had a very publicized case in the mid-90s to where she was gang raped by the Compton Police Department at a public park in Compton. Her case was so deep, it was a major thing when it came to the Compton Police Department getting disbanded. Her case was part of the reason why the sheriff now patrol Compton, and there's no longer a Compton PD because of what they did to that woman. So all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying all police are bad, but there are bad police out there. And when we have bad police, and these bad police are harming the good police, as a society, as tax-paying citizens, we should raise and voice our concerns, because we want to make sure that the people that are paid to patrol us, that they doing things in good faith. And if a good cop calls out a bad cop, that good cop needs some kind of protection. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a fuck what your political ideology is. It's not about that. I don't care what you care about the police. I got my own points of views on them. But I'm not gonna say that all right now. You know, we all see what they be doing. But I also do know that there's some cops out there that wanna do the right thing, as evidenced by this cop saying what needed to be said. Rest in peace to him, and hopefully his family stays protected. You dig? In other news, Kareem, did I say Kareem was next? Yeah.
Kareem, yes.
Yeah, that's Sarah back there in the background. Everybody say hi to Sarah.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, say, you heard her? She said, hello.
Hello.
And so salute to everybody out there. Are we on YouTube too? Oh yeah, we are on YouTube. Okay, yeah. So salute to everybody on YouTube. Y'all just make sure that y'all download the Caffeine app. You dig what I'm saying? And come on over here. Well, in other news, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lord, is now coming out and slamming Kyrie Irving and called Kyrie Irving a comical buffoon. A buffoon. He called Kyrie Irving a comical buffoon. He did it because Kyrie Irving posted an old video from Alex Jones back in 2002 talking about there are going to be like basically fake pandemics, and they're going to be basically all the shit we dealing with right now. Food shortages, pandemics, yada, 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 yada. And me personally, I'm not the biggest Alex Jones fan. You dig? Man, I need some water. Hey, can somebody give me some water? I got some water in my trunk across the street.
You do? Okay.
Not you. So no, somebody else in there?
Daisy in here. I got some grapes. You want some grapes?
I need some, man. I'm over here. I'm over here parched like a motherfucker trying to play it cool in front of the audience. And I'm like, hell nah.
That's weed.
I need some help. Yeah, you're right. It's the weed. It's the weed. I hit the weed. But I'm like, man, I ain't about to sit here with this dry ass mouth and be talking for the next hour without some goddamn water. But I got some in my car. Can you catch? Boom. My car literally right across the street. You know the blue Honda? The ice blue? You see another color of it. The pearl blue? Yeah, the pearl blue Honda right across. It's right across the street. Directly across the street. In front of the in the trunk. Yeah. So yeah. Thank y'all for helping me out because I'm over here running my damn mouth. And my mouth dry. Yeah, thank you. Right across the street. Anyway, where the camera at? That camera. I'm at that camera, not that camera. I'm at that camera. Okay, cool. It's a new studio, y'all. I just walked in this motherfucker 10 minutes before I started. I'm trying to figure out where the cameras is. My bad. Yeah. I mean, I see the light now. Because at first I was looking at that one. Y'all don't see this. There's like 9 cameras back here. The whole thing is laid out. So I'm over here looking like, which one am I at? I'm right here. Y'all see? For all you motherfuckers that be mad at me for going on at midnight and it's dark, here I am. Shit. You see me? Anyway, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because Kyrie Irving, for those of you who don't know, give you the background. Kyrie Irving has been very vocal in his stance what's been going on with the Katt Went virus. You dig? And, he went so far as to sit out half the season. And then when he did come back, only play home games, only play road games. So, and it cost himself a lot of money. And not only did he cost himself money, he cost himself social equity when it comes to how he's perceived in the media. The media is very sensitive. If you don't go along to get along, they treat you like, they call you everything but a child of God, when you don't follow the program. And as we know, Kyrie Irving did not follow the program. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, legendary Laker, Milwaukee Buck, UCLA Bruin, Lou Alcindor before that, all-time greatest scorer, 20 seasons in the NBA, 6 championships, 6 MVPs, should have been more, 3 greatest college player of all time. He beat, when he was a freshman at UCLA, his freshman team beat the national championship UCLA team, same UCLA team that didn't lose a game with it like in 4 years or something like that. This is the Captain Hook Shot, retired all-time leading shot blocker, but more than a basketball player, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was always known for his social activism. You know what I mean? He was always known for his stance on things in society and his willingness to call out the bullshit. And truth is, Kareem's stance on the bullshit in society is, my personal opinion, that's the reason why they never put him in the conversation with the greatest players of all time. If you notice, whenever they talk about Michael Jordan, they never put his numbers and they never put his career next to Kareem's career. They always omit Kareem. They'll put Jordan against Karl Malone and Patrick Ewing and all these other niggas from the 90s. Mm-hmm. They never put him up against Kareem, because if you put him against Kareem, you cannot make a fair argument that Jordan's the greatest. Well, anyway, Kareem has sacrificed that recognition and accolades Because throughout his career, he's always been very vocal about what's been going on in society. And he's always spoke up against white supremacy back in his younger days. And then he went so far as to stop naming himself Lew Alcindor and start calling himself Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when he joined the Nation of Islam. Then he ended up, going into the regular Muslims and shit. You dig? No offense to the Nation of Islam, but I don't like bean pies. And I mean pork. But I respect, no, Sarah, I still respect the Nation because Farrakhan, if y'all heard the Swan Song speech, Farrakhan is one of the greatest orators of all time.
Absolutely.
And the Nation, they put up, the FOI is great security. So I ain't got no issues with the Nation. There's just a few jokes every now and again. I talk about Christians. You motherfuckers can take it too. Shit.
Hey.
If I could talk shit about them lying to us and saying our Lord and Savior is a white dude with a shag, the Muslims could take a few jokes about me eating swine sandwiches and.
Ooh, they have underground like bacon places like in Middle East countries, right?
They should. Man, bacon is from God. Fuck you talking about? Can't eat no bacon. How you gonna put a part in your hair but don't eat bacon?
Oh,
if I had a my bad. But if the Christians could take it, y'all can take it too. Well, anyway, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has a long-standing history of speaking up and being vocal. So now that he's gotten older, it seems as if Kareem is saying what them folks need him to say so he can live and eat for another day. That's just what it looks like, Sarah.
Yeah.
Because how do you go from fighting the power to fighting a black man that's fighting the power? How that happen, Kareem? That's why our good brother Jason Black has a quote. I will not steal somebody else's quotes. I always give credit from where I heard it from first,
Quote thief.
Yeah, but our good brother Jason Black from the Black Channel YouTube show, subscribe to him. He has a quote, and that quote is this: "You can't trust these old niggas."
Them Chicken George niggas.
You can't trust these old niggas, Sarah. One of the biggest, we can talk all we want about white folks as black people, but a lot of times the biggest sellout is old ass black people.
Yes.
Now you better hush up now. Don't say that now. They spent their whole life sitting in goddamn lunchroom counters and acting like they like Malcolm X. But then the minute they be like, I was there, I was marching with King. I was there on the Edmund Pettus Bridge getting my ass whooped next to John Lewis. They talk all that shit.
You didn't have a job. That's why.
But then the minute, you're right, you didn't have a job. That's why you was out there marching. You had nothing else to do, nigga. But then the minute they get old, get a few dollars in their pockets, now all of a sudden the young people, you needs to watch out now.
And they have that slave voice. I don't know if you should do that.
I don't know. They be clutching their pearls. Ain't even got a necklace on. They be like,
I just want you to make it back home, baby.
I don't know. Breathing all hard and shit. Like, I don't know why. Like, man, what the fuck? What's up with these old niggas? Huh? Like, are we supposed to just lay down and deal with the bullshit that we deal with so your old ass can retire peacefully? And I'm disappointed in Kareem because he did at one point in his life take a stand. So he, if anybody, should know as an elderly man, he should know the heart of a young lion. And the elders should be the first ones there to protect the heart of a young lion.
Absolutely.
And we always want to talk about the kids. And I say what I say about the kids every now and again, but I'm always more concerned talking about the adults because the kids are only a condition of the adults. What they display, what they put out, that's where the fuck game the adults put in. The kids can only express the game that the adults around them put in them.
But Dewan, do you think that the generation now will be like the same type of old person as the ones we're seeing today?
No,
Like Kareem?
and this is the reason why I don't think that, because my generation, I'm a first year millennial. I'm a millennial. We millennials changing this shit. We gonna be the first old niggas to love the young niggas. I'm saying that right now. I'm 41. You know, I'm at that middle part of my life. I'm not old yet, but
Slightly old.
yeah, slightly. When I see these 25-year-olds, when I see these niggas that are like 16, 17, I be like, man, it's a good chance I could have been dipping in my balls in my. My bad. But it's a new generation. You know what I mean? Cats in their 20s. Like, I've been mentoring kids since I was 14, and I started like full time doing it when I was 27. So I got kids I was working with that's when I was 30. They were 12. These niggas is like 22. You know, these niggas is grown now. But I've always said, all my years working with kids, I'm gonna be the first generation that don't be on that bullshit with them. I want my generation, I want Gen X, and I want the millennials to be the first generation that support our youth, because our youth are always doing some great shit. You know, when I look back on history, when our youth was creating jazz, the old niggas that love ragtime said, that ain't no real music. What's that jazz doopity boppity boopity bop? You better listen to some Scott Joplin.
I love Scott Joplin now.
And then like some old white people come in and put money on jazz, and then black people be like, man, they stole it. I'm like, nigga, the old niggas shitted on it. That happens all the time. Same thing happened when bebop came in. The old niggas who like swing was like, what's that bebop boopity bop? I don't like that shit. And then bebop became a thing. Dizzy Gillespie revolutionized the world with bebop. And then the old niggas was left, instead of investing in what the young people was doing, the old people was shitting on it. Same thing happened when hip hop came around. When hip hop came around, those kids, those same adults that was shitting on hip hop, they parents was shitting on funk. When funk and disco came, they was like, what's that funk disco? You need to be listening to the blues. And then when hip hop came, all them old niggas was shitting on hip hop. And then when them folks came in, you know what I mean? And they want to lay claim to hip hop, you know, all the old people, instead of investing in it, they was shitting on it. So all I'm saying is, that's a generational thing that we've done as black Americans.
They did it to Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, like did to Kirk Franklin. Old niggas love shitting on young niggas. And that's become a pastime that we must break. And if them old niggas ain't gonna stop it, when I get old, I'm gonna be the nigga that stop it.
So do you think that in this case that Kareem is like the Oprah and Gayle of the sports world?
Yeah, he's being the Oprah and Gayle right now. He's turning his nose up, you know, because, and it's worse with him, because some of these niggas was cowards back in the 60s too. You know what I mean? A lot of these niggas was cowards back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Some of these niggas, most of these niggas is cowards back then. Just went along, just go along to get along. They went back, like what Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said, there's two kind of black people. Those that know racism exists and do something about it, and those that know racism exists and go back to picking and cotton. Ooh. Those are the two kind of black people that exist. It's only two. Everybody know it exists, but what you do with it defines what we call your character and your, you know, in response to it. You dig? So most black people don't fight back. Let's just tell the truth. But Kareem was one of the ones who did. He really knows what it's like to be there and to take a sacrifice. And, you know, so I said all that to say, well, Kyrie Irving, whether you agree with what he did or not, I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me, because I don't care. It doesn't matter. He did it. I'm like, you know, people be like, tell you, I don't like when someone did that. Like they give a fuck, like they know you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I try not to put my emotion in what I would do. I stay away from that. I just see what goes on, and I make opinions on both sides of it, and I try to bring a conversation so we could think. That's all I give a shit about. What your personal feelings are, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, Kyrie Irving being someone who stood on the square, and he stood on the square to the point to where he sacrificed his own money for it. So my thing is this: if somebody stands on something to the point to where they're willing to give up money for what they believe, whether I agree with what they're doing or not, I don't have nothing to say to him. What can I say? You sacrifice money for what you believe. I just got an opinion. You know?
Yeah.
So for Kareem to do that, that's some corny shit, man. It's whack. I still reverence you, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I still have respect for you and what you did do. I remember going to see you when I was a kid. My dad took me to a Laker game back in '88. I remember I was like 6, 7 years old. I remember seeing Magic come down the court. No look. The Kareem get that ball, swing left, shoot right. Oh, I love Kareem.
Yeah.
I'm a Laker fan. You know, and I want to keep loving Kareem because my Lakers this year ain't going to be shit.
Pat Beverly gonna do a little something?
Man, that little Pat Beverly, that nigga ain't gonna, that motherfucker look like Wyclef Jean. He ain't gonna do shit.
Pat Beverly is the Vernon Maxwell of this generation.
And Vernon Maxwell wasn't shit without hot kicking. You dig? And I love Vernon. Salute to Vernon Maxwell. If I see you, dog, don't sock me. I know you violent. But LeBron is old. LeBron is just chasing Kareem's number. He's gonna shoot for 22 points a night. When he gets to 22, 25 points, Lakers could be down 2, they could be down 12, they could be down 22. He gonna check himself out because he got his stats. That's what's gonna happen this season. LeBron ain't gonna play no defense. He gonna get his assist numbers up. He gonna get his point numbers up. He's gonna look good on the stat sheet. So all you weird ass niggas that don't know basketball can say, look at the numbers. You know what tripped me out about that, Sarah?
What?
The main people talking about look at the numbers can't tell you the difference between the mean, the mode, the mean and the mode. Like, what the fuck? You don't know the difference between average and median.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what range is. If you telling me numbers and you haven't given me the range, and you can't tell me the average versus the median,
you know, all they do is just be quoting whatever they say on ESPN.
that's why I like. So I'm telling y'all, when basketball season come, I got some episodes I'm about to do for y'all asses. For all you Jordan stans and bronzesexuals, I'm gonna piss a lot of you niggas off. I'm pissing a lot of these niggas off when the season start. Watch, because this nigga done came and took my team, and now motherfucker got a old fake ass bubble ring that don't nobody care about, and 2 missed playoff appearances.
Oh Lord,
my Lakers are gonna suck this year. But anyway, back to Kareem
I don't think they
Abdul-Jabbar.
will. I don't. Okay.
You don't think they will?
I think something's gonna happen. Like there's gonna be some magical trade that happens.
Anthony Davis got Bambi legs. That motherfucker gonna get hurt.
I mean, y'all are trusting a man with a unibrow. Come on.
Yeah, you do. You got that unibrow, you know? Russell Westbrook is gonna ball. I think Russell Westbrook, but they gonna trade him at the trade deadline. And they're not.
Who you think they're gonna trade him for real?
Yeah, they're gonna trade him.
Who you think you're gonna trade him for?
Whoever they can get. But the Lakers need. The reason why they're not gonna win is because you can't win without floor spreaders. They have no one that's gonna hit consistent jump shots to keep the floor spread for LeBron and Russ to have an open lane for them to get to the basket. Basketball is a game of geometry. 45 feet by 45 feet on a half court piece of wood, 10 players. It's not about the numbers, the statistics. It's about the geometry, the angles and the floor spacing created to create open opportunities to the players in their strong positions on the court. That's what basketball is. And in order to get that, you need floor balance. You need at least 2 floor spreading shooters on the court at all times, preferably 3. You need somebody that can get to the basket. You need somebody that can post up. Lakers have the post up at Anthony Davis, but they have Westbrook and LeBron who basically do the same thing. They got to get to the middle of the paint in order to kick the ball out. The thing is, if you got people outside around the threes that can't shoot,
that part,
then the defenses are going to collapse in, and there's not going to be floor space for those driving lanes, and then you're going to kick it out to people who can't shoot. And defenses are going to take advantage of that, and Lakers are going to be getting their ass whooped all season.
Well, a lot of people attribute the fact that Anthony Davis, if he would have stayed in college longer, because they won the championship his first year. Like, didn't all the starters leave that year?
Yeah, but it's good Anthony Davis left because he always getting hurt. Man, get your money, leave. Don't play for free. You better get to the NBA and get your check. Get that check before that body break all the way down. Well, anyway,
I'm sorry. I love sports.
We gonna get to some basketball talk later on. It's just me talking about Kareem and what he doing with Kyrie Irving pissing me off. because you got a young bull doing what he do.
Yeah.
My thing is this for all you old niggas that think y'all got it right. If y'all got it right, why the fuck black people in the position we in right now?
That part.
I don't care if you rich. I don't care if you got a good job. This what them old niggas, they be like, that's what they say. They be like, man, I got a good job, man. I take care of my family and my kids. Well, then go talk to your family, your kids, and shut the fuck up talking to the rest of us if you didn't do nothing to help the rest of us. You dig? So that's the issue. These old niggas they be good, but then they see around the rest of black society and they look at the rest of us like it must be something wrong with y'all. Why y'all ain't good? But when they was our age, they was complaining about the same shit we complaining about now. You know what I mean? That's the problem. So if you're an old nigga that think you know it all and you got it all right, cool. You don't talk to us. Just shut the fuck up. If you see a young person doing something, let him fuck up. He'll learn.
Yeah.
But why you talking to white people about what a young black man is doing to stand up to what the fuck problems you know they put on you and your family? Just shut the fuck up, old niggas. Like, I'm totally cool with people being apolitical. I'm not one of those that be like, everybody need to speak up. Everybody need to march. Everybody got to do this. I ain't an everybody ass nigga. I'm going to do what the fuck I do. You do what you do. But if you going to speak up, man, make sure you either in support of the people that you know speaking up to the bullshit or just shut up.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with shutting up.
What is it? My mama said, nobody never know you don't know nothing if you don't say nothing.
Yeah. And when you dealing with a young person dealing with this oppressive system that we're in, he may not do the things the way you want them to do it. It's certain things people out there do that I look up to or I like what they do. There are always moves that they make that I'd be like, ugh. I mean, and this is across the board. The people that influence me the most, it's a guarantee they gonna do something that's gonna make me be like, because I'm an independent thinker. And if anybody out there is independent thinkers and people that watch the show for the most part, y'all independent thinkers. Independent thinkers, there's gonna be something that I do or something that I say that's gonna make you be like, I don't know about that, Dewan, but shit, your fat ass say it's cool then, huh? But you gonna be like,
But that's a conditioning on black people because normally the independent thinkers are the ones that you get a hashtag and a t-shirt with their face on it. Remember their name.
That's true.
You know.
That's true. That's very true. And that's what they do with independent thinkers. They almost get martyred. I mean, get not martyred, but get sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm saying is this, you know, as Generation X, as the millennials, as we get older in life, let us be the first generation that ain't generational haters. You know, let us be the first generation when we see the young folks doing something that we don't like. If we say something to them, we pull them over in private and talk to them. That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You don't think he can get Kyrie Irving's phone number?
Come on,
man. That's Captain Skyhook, nigga. This ain't some old random ass YouTuber. You know what I mean? This is Kareem Abdul motherfucking Jabbar. If he calls Kyrie Irving is, from what I've been around and I've seen around that brother, he's a very respectful cat. You know what I mean? He may not do what you say, but he's a respectful dude. He would pick up the phone if Kareem called. Kareem could call him personally and say, hey, young man, you know, I don't think this is the way to go. So the fact that Kareem is going over to goddamn what was this article? This article's from Yahoo Sports where I read it. I'm not sure if that's who he was spoke to. But for Kareem to go to white folks and talk to them about what a young black man is doing in protest to what white folks is doing, you off cold, homeboy.
So what if they like Martin Luther King, whatever, but you got like, say for instance, I mean, who was like Sidney Poitier? Sidney Poitier, of course, was on the side of, you know, of the civil rights movement. But if they went to him and asked him about Martin Luther King, and he said, well, I think they should stop marching and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the equivalent of something like that?
It would be, it would be equivalent because Sidney Poitier, Martin Luther King, because Sidney was an actor, it would be something equivalent to that. Or even like if Paul Robeson shitted up Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Paul Robeson was like a generation older than Martin Luther King. Paul Robeson, for those of you who don't know, was a thespian actor, an Olympian, an athlete, and also a singer. He was the entertainer of entertainers in the 1920s. And then he went ahead and took the mantle of fighting the system of white supremacy head on. And he went hard at it through the 30s, through the 40s, through the 50s. And then suspected, I'm not saying, this happened because I don't know, but he went to a party in Russia. He had a drink. And this part is true. This happened. People say it's part of the MK Ultra plan. I don't know. But basically what happened, he went to a party in Russia. He had a drink. His mind went crazy. And he was never seen from again. He basically disappeared from public life after one drink at a party. And he was cool with Russia. So,
that's totally possible.
They were calling him a communist. America was calling him a communist because of his relationship with Russia. So, but Paul Robeson held it down for black people for a long time. He was the equivalent of, who was the biggest star? He was the one of the biggest stars. Who's like the biggest, who would you say is the biggest star in America, right? Black person.
Black person would be Idris, I guess.
Well, yeah, but
he would, Denzel. This would have to be like
Denzel. He would be on Denzel, Jay-Z, Beyonce level. The level of access Jay-Z has and the level of influence Jay-Z has over black society now, that's where Paul Robeson was.
Yeah.
And not Jay-Z, I mean Jay-Z at his height. Jay-Z when Jay-Z was at his best. That's where Paul Robeson was when he took on this fight. And he did it. But if he were the person that came out and shitted on King, that could have did a whole lot to the movement. Mm-hmm. The reason why a lot of this shit didn't happen, even A. Philip Randolph. A. Philip Randolph has some words, but there was always contention in the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
There was never peaceful. It was never, even King had contention. King didn't want to do that peaceful shit. King was, people don't know, Martin Luther King was a registered gun owner as of 1955.
He was about that life.
King was about that life. That was his organization that chose that route, being part of the Southern Baptists, you know what I mean? That was their plan. And he was their spokesman, so he had to follow along as their leader with the plan. But he had plenty of, but I said that to say publicly, the elders that had that kind of clout, a clout of a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, didn't do this shit. So we need to stop that.
Yeah.
Which takes me to my next story. Mm-hmm. What's up, Show? When the DJ Show just walked up in this motherfucker. I got some right here, but thanks. Show, man, Show would have got me a big ass gallon of water, man, and no cups.
Oh shit, no cups? No.
And that shit look good too, cause it's icy. This nigga got an icy ass gallon of water with no cups. Like we gonna be drinking that. Oh yeah, these little cups. Oh, we got some. Oh shit. Let me see these. Oh, we do got these cups. We got card cups too, and y'all know I'm a master cardologist. Ooh. And today is what's today in the in cardology? What's today? Today is today is a 5 of diamonds day. Fives, it could be fickle. It could be an explosive day. Diamonds are centered around values. So if you feel like an emotional argument coming along and that emotional argument is centered around values, think twice before you speak, because today can be definitely a disruptive day. But that's for people who follow my cardology. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. And the last story of the day, Kanye West. Can you pull that picture up, Sarah? Uh-huh. West walks outside at Yeezy fashion show in Paris with a White Lives Matter t-shirt. Candace Owens ain't really one of our sisters because she ain't got no booty like that. She's Candace Owens, we all know she ain't
got no booty.
It sound like it ain't got nothing to do with it, but it don't, and it do.
Wow.
Candace Owens, we all know her, professional troll. She knows what the deal is. She once won a lawsuit based on racism discrimination in her younger years. Go and look it up. So she knows what racism is. But Candace Owens is a master hustler. She knows how to hustle them white folks and say what the fuck they want to hear. And she gets paid at these speaking engagements on her different platforms. She gets invited to speak because they know Candace Owens is going to say what they want to hear. So now Kanye West, if you guys go back a few years and remember the story, remember Kanye West was all down with Candace Owens a few years ago? And then he came out publicly and was like, I was misled. Candace Owens had me thinking it was this and when it was really that. So he done already publicly distanced himself from Candace Owens. Now he's back with her with a White Lives Matter t-shirt. And he said it, and you know me, I'm fairly balanced. I like Kanye overall. Personally, his music over the last 10 years isn't my cup of tea, but I appreciate the innovation within it. You know, my favorite Kanye is, you know, College Dropout, Graduation, and the other first album, second album. The first three albums, goddamn it, y'all know the name. I'm dyslexic like a motherfucker. Y'all know them goddamn albums name. Shit, with the song with We Made Ya, We Made Ya, We Made Ya. Anyway.
I don't know hip hop like that. I'm joking.
Well, anyway, Kanye, you know, has been in, you know, he's one of those dudes. He's another person I say can be the profound and the profane. He can be very profound, but he also say some profane, dumb shit. You dig? And this falls in more that category of the profane, dumb shit Kanye is saying. And I get, being a Gemini, I can understand both sides. Kanye's a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. I understand how both sides of the brain works. So what he said, one thing Kanye said was Black Lives Matter was a scam. And it was. Yeah. But the way Kanye, how can I say this? Even though he's saying the right thing.
Speak from your heart.
He don't know what the fuck he talking about. Because it's the perspective. You dig, Sarah? Uh-huh. Like the way he's saying Black Lives Matter was a scam, he's saying it, and with him, and you always got to understand imagery, he chose Candace Owens for a reason. Candace Owens. Yeah. Candace Owens is the model, is the symbol of black face with white thoughts. White thoughts and black face. So when you put her in the image, he's saying Black Lives Matter was a scam from the perspective of the white supremacists.
She's a scam.
She's a scam. But she's scamming the white supremacists off echoing what they think. They can't say what they want to say, so Candace Owens gets to say it for them. You dig? And why am I saying this? What's their perspective? Their perspective on Black Lives Matter as a scam is black people really aren't going through all this trauma we're going through. It's just a few things, and it's the media blowing it out of control. And the Black Lives Matter people are just scamming because they know the biggest contributor to Black Lives Matter is white liberals. You know?
But Dewan, first of all, if Black Lives Matter is so bad, y'all won't fool with them. But Trump to scam people out of millions and billions of dollars, but y'all fuck with him to a point y'all want him to be president again.
You know what they say?
That.
You know what they say to that, Sarah?
What?
They say, we'll talk about that later. But for real,
that's not what we talking about right here.
That's what they do. If you bring up the Trump end of it, they gonna have a big issue with that, and they gonna try to change the subject. You dig? At the end of the day, both sides are getting scammed. But I want to specifically get back to Black Lives Matter and why Kanye has a wrong-headed approach to why it was a scam, and I'm going to explain what the scam really was. Mm-hmm. And those of you who've been following my YouTube show for a long time, y'all already know what the game is, but it's people who are new, and I'm going to put y'all up on game because I was calling this shit out. If you look on my channel, YouTube, 2 years ago, I was calling this shit out back when everybody was, matter of fact, I was calling out on my Facebook page. If you Facebook friends with me, you see me calling Black Lives Matter out in 2014, nigga. I see shit that, you just see how, controlled opposition when you see it. But the point of view that Kanye is speaking from is the wrong-headed point of view of the white supremacists that Black Lives Matter basically doesn't have any legs to stand on. Black people aren't really getting harmed, and the black people who are getting harmed, they deserve it in some way, shape, or form. That's their point of view, and they're saying that Black Lives Matter is a scam because it's changing the topic from real issues like the Trump. They think it's Black Lives Matter takes attention away from Joe Biden stealing the election from Trump.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's how they think.
They're crazy.
I may sound, this ain't me, that's how these motherfuckers think. The people who, I'm talking about the people who support Candace Owens, not all white people. When I say white, let me make something else clear too. When I say white supremacists, I'm talking about those that actively participate in the system of white supremacy. All white people aren't white supremacists.
Yeah.
And just like all black people ain't got your back. Half these niggas is the biggest snake oil salesman, scamming ass motherfuckers you'd ever want to meet. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not
cocoa butter coons.
Yeah, cocoa butter coons. I like that.
The moisturized messy.
Yeah. So all white people, I'm not saying all white people think like this, but I'm saying that the people who do control the levers of society, these generally are people who practice this ideology. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The people that control what we see in the media, the people that control what we hear on the radio, the people who control the YouTube algorithms that be suppressing my fucking channel. That's why y'all need to go to Caffeine, because y'all know YouTube be suppressing my motherfucking shit.
And you can catch the rest of the episode over there now.
Yeah, we'll can we get a little longer so I can get there?
Absolutely, I got you.
Yeah, because I'm going to get y'all over to Caffeine, but y'all need to download the Caffeine app, because YouTube do be suppressing them numbers. You dig what I'm saying? If I was talking about a bunch of bullshit, if I was talking about, if I had kitten videos and I was talking about Cardi B is the most profound rapper of all time, I'd have 59 million subscribers.
Yeah,
anyway.
No, she's not.
Exactly. Well, anyway, I lost my train of thought. I was talking about, what was I at, Sarah?
We were talking about cocoa butter cocoon.
That's what we were talking about. So I'm not here to say all of everybody is anything, but when it comes down to the people who control the levers of power, the people who have indirect effect on our daily lives, these are the people that I'm talking about. You dig? And so when it comes down to it, Kanye is speaking for those people when he includes Candace Owens in his picture. If that wasn't his intended message, she wouldn't be in that picture. A woman that, I must remind you, he publicly distanced himself from, I think 4 or 5 years ago when Trump first got put in office, because he said she misinformed him and misled him on the whole thing, whatever. So you know what you're doing, Kanye. But why do I say Black Lives Matter was a scam? Let me tell you why. If you reference one of my old videos, Black Lives Matter is an organization that's funded by Act Blue. Look up Act Blue. We can go to actblue.com and look them up. Act Blue is a political fundraising organization that raises funds for democratic-leaning ideologies. So when people say when Democrats come out and say, well, we have no part of that, technically they're right. But Act Blue raises funds. They use causes to raise funds for democratic left-leaning points of views, immigration, LGBTQ, women's rights, and then what they do is they use the plight of black men to raise the funds for other issues. They use George Floyd, they use Trayvon Martin, but as we see, that money doesn't ever go back to help these people and their families. It goes in to white organizations like white Democrat liberal organizations like Act Blue. They're the ones getting the money for Black Lives Matter. If you go to the Black Lives Matter website, I can't tell you now because I ain't looked in a long time. Last time I did this, I did this particular topic was like 2 years ago. But you can go back. I proved it all live and in action on my show with the screen, with the live pulling up the websites, showing you Act Blue at the bottom of the Black Lives Matter website. So That's what they're what we call controlled opposition. I've been saying this since 2014, 2015. Black Lives Matter was the modern version of the NAACP. What's the NAACP? Again, controlled opposition, an organization founded by non-black people to use black issues to raise awareness to then change laws for people who aren't black in the face of black people. What do I mean by that? When you go back to the civil rights movement, black people wanted reparations. It was the NAACP that played a major role in changing the conversation from reparations to integration. That was them. That was the SCLC. That was these organizations that the black people on the ground wanted reparation.
So it's like the Red Cross for niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
The unnatural disasters.
Yeah, Red Cross said they say they're gonna raise all this money for natural disasters, but when a natural disaster comes, they give a few people a plane ticket.
Yeah.
They give some people some rice and some beans.
And some water.
And
they throw paper towels in.
And go right back to doing what the fuck they was doing before that.
Damn.
You got motherfuckers that was Katrina victims still floating down the Mississippi River today because of goddamn Red Cross.
Bruh, I was down south for that.
So back to what we talking about. That's all Black Lives Matter is, controlled opposition. Let's bring these organizations in that are friendly to the dominant society to change the narrative to something that's more palatable to the dominant society. So what did Black Lives Matter do? They came in and said, George Floyd, yeah. Now let's give some money to these gay people over here. That's what they do. They say, Sandra Bland got killed. Black Lives Matter. Give me some money. All right, now, transsexuals need to go ahead and find a way to get their nuts tucked and get that paid for by the government. You dig?
All they're trying to make is an honest living as a sex worker, and they're getting killed. Be like, you're honest workers? Okay, all right.
Exactly. That's what Black Lives, that's what they've always been. But black folks in the new black media, people like our brother Tariq Nasheed and people like Jason Black and people like, and all kinds of people started calling out like Black Lives Matter years and years ago. I was doing it on my little Facebook page before I had a platform,
Yeah.
And I was doing it on my Twitter tweets.
Twitter tweet.
And so black folks, for the most part, really started to catch up. Black folks at the grassroots really started to really catch up on game 2015, 2016 about this whole Black Lives Matter scam.
Somebody say Professor Black Truth as well.
Professor Black Truth. How did I forget him? Thank you, Sarah.
That was Starly from the chat.
Okay, Starly from the chat. Thank you. I'm not reading the chat. So I appreciate that. So, these people, so the black folks for the most part been up on game. Black Lives Matter ultimately is just something that made white liberals feel good to donate to. You know what I mean? So they ain't really got to do nothing that's really going to change shit. Like change up our economic situation. Let's go ahead and bail a few niggas out of jail early. You know what I mean? Let's pay for a few niggas' defenses for they fight against the police running up in their house, killing on them. And then for these other trillions of dollars we get, we gonna keep that in our pockets. And then when the scam became up, basically the scam is up. So what they've been doing was them black folks that was the front people for them, they've been getting thrown under the bus like a motherfucker these last 2 years. Patrice Colliers, they called her out for buying up like 4 houses here in LA. With Black Lives Matter.
Oh, they weren't just
money.
regular houses.
Yeah. And so it's a lot of these black folks that were the front for Black Lives Matter. They the ones getting called out. And I personally ain't gonna defend them because you should have known this shit was a scam. That's the problem with niggas. Niggas be so fast for clout and don't think about the repercussions of that and the ripple effect. You know what I mean? That's why I don't get mad when I see coon ass niggas that always got something slick to say about black people. When it fall on their head, I be like, yo, well,
Yeah.
am I supposed to give a fuck? Like, I check my pockets.
They thought they were white. They thought they were white.
Who's that one rapper that got caught up in Europe in jail? last year.
A$AP Rocky, wasn't it?
Yeah, but when Black Lives Matter was popping, he was like, I don't know about all that. I'm in Soho. I'm in Beverly Hills. And I'm looking like, I looked up his address where he was. Like, nigga, you on the other side of La Cienega. You ain't in Beverly Hills, nigga.
You in Baldwin Hills.
You on the other side of no, not even Baldwin Hills. He was like, where he was living next to like where white people who work in offices live. Like,
you talking about 53rd and Crenshaw?
No, I'm talking like, no, he was still in a good neighborhood, like above Wilshire, but it was on the other side of La Cienega, not Beverly Hills.
Oh.
His street sign was dark blue, not white.
Shut up.
Beverly Hills got the white street signs.
Yeah, they do.
With the black little lacing around it. LA is the blue street signs with the white writing. Nigga, your house had a blue street sign on it. Anyway, when he had his whole little issue in Europe and was locked up, I checked my pockets. I checked under my seat. I checked behind the window. I checked under the floor. I checked the drawers. And no matter where I looked, Sarah, you know what?
What?
I couldn't find not 1/3 of a fuck to give.
Oh my God. Did you look in the baseboards?
I looked in the baseboard, nigga. I checked my weed sack. Maybe it's under my weed.
Maybe it's
I
under
emptied my weed out. I couldn't find no fucks to give.
So I had to smoke.
So yeah, so when the Black Lives Matter front people, when they got, when the gravy train ended for them and they got thrown under the bus, my first thought was, nigga, should have checked your history. But y'all call people like me hoteps. That's why you watching a hotep-ish. Intelligent-ish talk. Intelligent-ish talk.
They treating them like them PPP loan people now.
Yep. You know what I mean? Should have listened, but they called us hoteps for being into black history. They said, you're transphobic. No, I'm not transphobic. I don't mind trans people doing what they do. I don't mind gay people. I don't give a fuck about none of you niggas. I don't give a fuck about straight people either.
Thank you. I don't care.
Whatever the fuck you do in your bedroom, I don't care. I don't care. I don't. Let me say it again. I don't care. But when you make your issue my issue, I have to care.
Sexuality is more than about sex.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Okay.
I'm not just gay. I'm gay and black. Well, motherfucker. Well, I'm fat and black. We both got two things against us. Stand in line, nigga.
It's a twofer.
Yeah, all of us got twofers. I hate when they try to other themselves. And plus, gay people don't get it as bad as the fat kid.
Not at all.
The gay kid don't get it as, especially if like you really dark, the really black kid, the kid that was a shade of limo tint. That nigga
not limo tint.
The limo tint niggas.
but they be confident as hell when they get older.
But yeah, they do be confident. But I'm like, look, gay people, y'all gotta stand in line. The extra crispy niggas gotta wait. I was the clowner in school. I know. The gay kid, we didn't even get to y'all first because the teacher was gonna help. Was gonna be like, yeah, don't talk about Daniel. So we didn't get Daniel. We wanted y'all to. We would get the extra crispy nigga with white teeth first.
Oh my God.
Nigga looking like an Oreo sandwich.
Like Chris Webber's children.
Yeah. Just darkness and teeth.
Oh Lord.
That would be the nigga that get clowned first. The nigga that stink real bad would get clowned second.
Okay.
No, the stinky nigga. No, I take it back. Stinky nigga before the black nigga. Because
I'm a smell this nigga.
Yeah, when you get that smell, that kid, nigga, did you piss on yourself?
Nigga, did you ever take a bath?
And
you ever?
You're right. And if you was a kid that got caught smelling like piss in the second grade, you could be 51 years old right now. Mm-hmm. The other kids that smelled you back in the second grade smelling like piss, they'll see you right now, Clarence, and be like, they'll be looking at their kids and be like, hey, hey, I used to go to school with Clarence.
There go Pissy C. Pissy C.
Nigga, Clarence used to smell like piss when he came to school.
He's like, why is your friend smelling you? Oh, he just checking.
So everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. I was a fat kid. My grandfather called me the fat motherfucker.
Oh.
He was like, hey, little fat motherfucker, pick up. Because back in the day, you had to go turn the channel. It wasn't no control. So my grandfather be like, hey, little fat motherfucker, turn the baseball game on. Yeah, channel 9.
The floor model.
And I go get, the floor model. And I go get up and change it. And I go back, sit down. Oh, it's not on channel 9, it's on channel 13.
Not 13.
You know, old niggas, they didn't say 13, they said 13. He was like, nah, it's on channel 13. And so I get up again. Oh, They're like, what you complaining for, you little fat bastard? You gonna lose some weight, shit. I was my grandfather.
Oh yeah.
That's who the fuck?
Involuntary exercise.
Everybody gets it. So yes, you're going to get clowned if we in church and everybody clapping like this, and then you clapping with your open palms like this.
Not the open palm.
We gonna clown you.
Or you're a tambourine player.
Yeah, you play. Yeah, the regular dude playing tambourine like yeah, playing tambourine. And then here you come.
Oh.
Your palm all open and your shoulders is moving. Like,
That's my friend Carlos. Shout out to Carlos.
we gon' clown you. That's funny.
No, bro, but being
It don't mean we hate you.
fat, black, bad built, buck teeth, it's a lot going on.
It don't mean we hate you.
Yeah.
You dig? So all I'm saying is this to the gay people, to the trans people, there's a push right now by society to make everyone that has an opinion on that to be silenced, to be quiet. Let me tell you something. There's certain people out here who ain't gonna ever shut up.
Yeah.
All right? Because as long as you use our rights for your rights, I'm gonna have an opinion. Mm-hmm. Now, if you leave black people the fuck alone, if you look what they've done, the rainbow flag, that was the Rainbow Coalition, that was the Black Panthers, that was them saying unity for everybody, Asian, white, black. If you wasn't down with the bullshit, it didn't matter what your sexuality was, it didn't matter what your color was. The rainbow was saying we could all get down together if you're against the bullshit. It was a truly all-inclusive symbol. Gay people, you guys have taken that symbol and made it exclusive to you. Mm-hmm. That's why I have something to say. You didn't create that. You took something my forefathers created and made it exclusive to you. And so I'm not talking about you as individuals, but as a political organization is how I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You include us, so I got something to say. You dig what I'm saying? So when it come down to it, look at the black fist. The black fist is ours. What do you guys have now? A black fist with a rainbow going through it. June.
Oh, but that's more like fisting, right? No? Okay. I didn't know. I don't know.
I can't unsee that. Now every time I see the rainbow flag fist, I'm gonna see them colors as the inside of somebody's rectum.
Oh, I mean, oh my God. Butterflies in the sky.
Ew.
I can fly twice.
Ew. But that's why I'm saying something.
Sorry.
Because it's like, they take it, I mean, it's like I'm not saying that you're using our symbols. Look what June, the month of June in 1979, with the help of Gamblin' Huff, Stevie Wonder, and other music greats, June became Black Music Month.
Yeah, absolutely.
The month to celebrate black contributions to music. Because at the end of the day, we are the creators of all American music, which by extension is the popular form of music around the whole planet right now. Because when the planet intersects with our music, they sit their native instruments down and pick up ours. And they play the fuck the way we play, as BTS. Mm-hmm. And so when it come down to it, even to me, okay, I got 10 minutes, cool. So I'm saying that to say that was our month. That was something that was created for us. That's why the BET Awards are held in June. Mm-hmm. That's why that's Black Music Appreciation Month.
Yeah.
It was the gay people that decided to put Gay Month and superimpose it on June. Now June is LGBTQ, now it's called Pride Month. Mm-hmm. And it's like almost like, okay, y'all gonna put y'all Pride Month right on top of Black Music Month and don't even acknowledge Black Music Month. I'm looking at some of these punk ass entertainers out here with the blue checks. These are the weakest ass niggas oftentimes. I'm seeing these niggas talking about black musicians. I'm not gonna say nothing by name. Y'all seen they tweets. I done seen black musicians that made their whole life bread on black music, not say a word about Black Music Month, but have posts every fucking day about Pride Month.
Love wins.
Confused ass niggas.
Love wins. Don't.
That's why I got something to say. I don't have any issues with gay people at all. But when the organization superimposes their thing on what we got going on, I'm going to have something to say. So that's my issue with Black Lives Matter. That's why I brought that up, because Black Lives Matter is literally an organization that raises funds off the mistreatment and harm of black people, in particular, straight black males, raises a lot of money, and through Act Blue, redistributes that money, according to Act Blue's own website, not DeJuan Brown, redistributes that money to Democratic-leaning interests. What are Democratic-leaning interests? LGBTQ, immigration, and all kind of shit that don't directly help black people. Every now and again, they may pass a law that say, hey, look, Obama gave us health care. You niggas can get some too.
So it's another way black men are getting fucked?
Huh?
Is this another way black men are getting fucked?
Yeah, because what happens is the same Democrats, when other people are marginalized, when the coronavirus hit, they said Asian businesses were directly impacted. So Asians got money to the tune of like $60 million only for them that we couldn't touch. They have laws that there's a anti-Asian hate bill that was signed by Joe Biden that said if you touch one of them, you know, there's a special felony that's going to be involved. Meanwhile, if you read the FBI, the Federal Bureau of a Motherfucking Investigation says black people are still like most harmed when it comes to interracial violence. Black people are harmed at a rate like 500 to 1 to Asians. I don't know that's not the exact number, but it's something absurd like that. We're still the most victimized, and it's by far, according to federal crime statistics.
Wow.
But Native Americans have federal protections. Asian Americans have federal
and
protections.
Casinos.
Huh?
Native Americans have protection.
They have casinos. You know, the United States passes our special protection laws all the time, every day. If you're in California and you're here illegally and you get pulled over, the police can't take your car because it's an inconvenience to the workers of California that are here undocumented.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, that was signed back in 2016.
Wait, it's only for immigrants or for anybody?
Only illegal immigrants, not even legal immigrants. Only illegal.
Illegal, you can't get your car taken.
You can't get your car taken if the police pull you over because it's seen as a harm, as a hardship. And that's true
for
in
your
California.
illegal ass. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not here. I ain't here to shit on what nobody else got.
I'm not. I just want to ride.
Y'all got what y'all got. I ain't tripping.
I'm gonna ride with one now.
I'm just here to. Yeah. I'm right one now. Yeah. I'm not here to shit on what nobody else got. I'm just here to say it's our turn. You dig?
Thank you. What if the hoods turn into like reservations and nobody could come on unless we like okay them?
I like that. But we have to control our own water supply. That's the whole thing. Because what they do, they like to poison our water. You see what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi.
That's okay, because the black person is probably going to be the one that invents something that's going to have purified water, whatever those. Yeah, but
we already got that.
Well, we should totally do it. Move them in. Move those trucks
right
in.
Now. It's a brother out there. I forgot his name. But when they had the water crisis in Flint and what's going on, and he has a machine right now in Jackson, it just basically takes the water in the air and turns it into drinking water. It's a standalone machine. So we got little young geniuses. When black people stop giving so much of a care about basketball and entertainment, when we put our little young black minds back into the sciences and engineering, like it was back in the 20s and 30s, we'll go back to inventing shit like we always did.
Come on.
Don't nobody invent shit at the rate we do.
But that's why it's cool to distract us.
Yeah, that's why we gotta stay distracted. So what's going on with everything is what's going on right now with us as people, like what happened with Allensworth, California. Allensworth, California is a town about 30 minutes north of Bakersfield that General Allensworth founded, and it was an all-black town founded in the early 1900s. And it had its own post office, its own library, its own schools, a self-sustaining society. White folks hated on it, so what they did was they not only changed up to where and didn't get them a post office. They had to go into Bakersfield on horseback back in the day to get, because it's 30-minute car ride. So that means it's like a 6-hour horse and buggy ride, nigga.
Wow.
And so they did that to fuck with them. And they ultimately ended the town by putting arsenic in the water. So when they say black people don't start nothing, we ain't got our own. We've had thousands of towns around this country. White folks just poison the water.
And
So-
also leave black people ignorant to the fact that we did have it.
Yeah, and leave us ignorant to the fact that we did have it.
That's why they didn't want to see us to have images on TV
Yeah.
and in certain things, because we see it, we gonna get it.
Exactly. So that's what they do. So we understand that. So when it comes down to it, black people,
There is a person in your chat room that said that my great grandfather founded the town Teviston, 8 miles away from Allensworth.
okay, that's dope.
That's Starley.
That's dope.
So what is the story on Teviston?
I gotta look them up.
Oh, okay.
So this is why I'm saying that. I'm saying this as a matter of respect. I have respect for the LGBTQ community. I have respect for the immigrant community. I have love for everybody. All I'm saying is the reason why I'm wearing this reparations now shirt is because there's a bill due that my ancestors fought for, that I am here to collect. And it's not no disrespect to anybody else. It's just to get the fuck out of our way.
Thank you.
Because every right that you guys have came off the back of civil rights that my grandparents fought for. And they fought for those rights so I could have a better day. You weren't even, no disrespect, but you weren't even a thought in their mind. They weren't thinking about, I'm going to sit in this lunch counter, I'm going to protest, I'm going to boycott so people can get their dick snipped off. That's not where their mind was.
Wait, get they what?
Their mind wasn't there. Their mind was, I'm doing this so my kids and my kids' kids could see something better than what I saw. I know this because I've had too many conversations with my elders to know what was in their minds when they made the sacrifice that they made for us. And that's why I'm having today's show. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, sit your old ass down. Kyrie Irving is standing up for what he believes in. And he's standing up against the same oppressive system that oppress you. The same system that don't want to give you your rightful position as the greatest basketball player of all time, not because you weren't the greatest basketball player of all time, but because off the court, you spent your time and energy speaking out against that system. They hated you for that system, and they still hate you now. Yeah, they patting you on the back because you saying what they want you to hear. I'm sure you probably need your bills paid. You know what I mean? That's why you being a good boy. But ask yourself, what's the true cost of being a good boy? You really willing to put away all your life's work in your last few years remaining so you can get some butter biscuits and a few pats on your head? Where you tall, they patting you on your knees.
He made
You
me
want a
settle
few
in the
pats
bed.
on the knees so you can be a good boy?
Wow.
Kanye West, you made it. Just because you made it, you're a billionaire, don't mean the rest of us have. Why are you speaking for the people that you know? You said George Bush don't like black people in that speech. And you know when you said George Bush, you were using him as an allegory for the society that George Bush represents. You know what the deal is, nigga. I heard graduation. You know what the fuck the real deal is, Kanye. We know you know. It was all in your music before your mama died. And every now and again, you still say something good. And you know how to you
Moments of
definitely
clarity.
know how to be pro-black when Kim Kardashian is using her whiteness on your monkey ass.
Oh,
You know what it is, nigga.
don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's a cost to being the boss.
Come
and
on.
part of that cost is standing up for whatever it is, no matter who it is facing up against you. You niggas want to call yourself bosses, but y'all looking like hoes right now.
Wow.
And I say that with love, because I care more about the greater good of our society than two rich niggas that want to stay rich. My name is Dewan B. Subscribe to Caffeine, download the app, and remember this: there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to pick up the game. Follow all my shit. I'm out.
Dope.